Right, in this tutorial we're gonna finally understand what this keyword means, and I can talk theoretically a lot about it, but I'm definitely sure that you wanna understand these things practically. So, bottom line, you wanna use this keyword when you are tracking what specific object is doing. So this is like a theoretical stuff. So let's do these things practically. Outside of public class main, we're gonna have another class. Class, for example, internal ops, internal operations, let's say. Now in here we're gonna have blanco x and y integers, like int x and int y. So they're like containers where we are going to put values for every individual object we create, but through this keyword. How we are going to do that? Well, we need to have some kind of method that will put stuff here when we create object in a main class. So public, and name will be same as this thing here, internal ops, and I don't know how to type these days, so I'm gonna just copy paste stuff here. So we're talking about integers as attributes, right? Because that's what we need to put here. So integer a will represent something that will be flushed into x, and integer b will represent something that will be put into container y. Okay, how? Well, using this that will represent every individual object. So this, and then dot, and then x. Well, what is next? Well, you're gonna say equal. So, equal to what? Equal to that thing that we provide to this internal ops. Okay? So, just it is enough to say a here. And absolutely same stuff for y, for any other variable you have in internal ops class. So, again, this dot, what is the target? Target is y. How we are going to get it? Well, we are going to get it from b. So, b, and guys, that's pretty much it. So this is like a battlefield, you know, when you have mortars shooting from some places. Like this mortar here from A will flush things through these operations in X, and B through this mortar will flush this value B into Y. Pretty much that's it. So yeah, now we can use it totally without any kind of problems in a main section of code, in a main class, in a main method. How? Well, what is a class? Internal ops, ops, uppercase E, and what will be name for object? Some bg. So new internal ops. And guys, here's the thing, you cannot use it at the moment. We're gonna land into error because we are not using attributes, some real value. So of course we need to pass something here, like 10 and 20. The moment when you do that, this thing will become just like a warning that is telling you the value of the local variable sum obj is not used. Well, we do have it, but we are not using it. So let's use it, which is extremely simple. System.out.println print line what? Well, that sum obj dot x. So through object we can reach to that specific x, and we will have 10 on screen, of course. Let's run it, and there you go. This is why this keyword is useful. It is like a, I don't know, like a man in the middle for every individual object. So that's when you are like going into hotel and you have some worker there telling you in what kind of room you need to go, when you pay, of course. Well, something like that. Same stuff for y. You can just steal this line, you can put it here, and you can target that specific y through that object we have. And down there we're gonna have two numbers, 10 and 20. There you go. What about additional objects can be created? Of course, that's the whole purpose of classes. Let's call it, I don't know, like other obj. And we will use different things here, like 55 and 777. And then down there we're gonna target that specific object, which is other object. other object, and guys, that's pretty much it. So bottom line, you can use this thing to represent any of these objects that we are going to create. So hopefully that's understandable. Now some people will ask, well, this is kind of stupid. I mean, we do have direct operations, but what if we wanna have operations inside a method, which is actually the whole purpose of methods? Well, sure, we can do this without any kind of problems. So we are going to grab this thing and we're gonna put it right here. Okay, so right now we don't have any object because this is kind of generic solution, so we don't need it here. We will just print that x and y. So down there, when we create some object like this one, when we pass arguments to it, because of these operations we're gonna have results on the screen, because with this we're gonna put a into x and b into y, but also we're gonna split those x and y's like automatic operation because it is internal ops method. Okay, so save and run, and there you go, 10 and 20 automatically done down there. And also if you create another object without targeting x and y here individually, because you don't have to, because you have these solutions here, then you're gonna have results on the screen like a new obj with the different attributes, 444, like 888. So down there we're gonna have 4 results, 2 results for this one call and 2 results for that call. Now here we are going to see again warning, the value of the local variable sum obj is not used. Can you use it? Well, sure. Again, you can just say system.out.I hate this, print line. Now we need to target specific obj dot x, and let's put this into comment section because we don't need this additional object, we just need this stuff. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna have 10 and 20. What's happening? Yeah, semicolon. We're gonna have 3 results. Why? Because this is constructor. Constructor will be executed immediately when you create specific object. So this is why you see 10 and 20 here. But also manually you are targeting that some object and you are grabbing that specific x. So this is automatic operation and this is manual kind of operation. Hopefully that's kind of easy thing to understand. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That's the story about this keyword. This is very simple scenario, very simple tutorial, and over time you're gonna wrap your mind around more complicated stuff. But don't be afraid, because now you know that this is just a man in the middle for those specific objects. Hopefully that's understandable. If you have better explanation, then just write that in comment section below, because I want to know. I want to change my opinion and my way of how I'm thinking, if there is a better way of thinking about stuff. Some people are like stubborn, but I definitely want to know what other people are thinking, because maybe they're thinking better than I do and explaining better stuff. So yeah. Okay, thank you for watching as always. Thank you for support and subscription, and see you next one. Ciao.